hitting tips. Let's look at Playful's hitting tips.
If you want to be able to hit like this in ranked seasons and this in Battle Royale, then you click the right video. Here are the 5
I want to hit like that.
best hitting tips in MLB The Show that I can give you. Starting off with tip number 1 is gonna be patience. The best thing you can go into an at-bat with is a plan. If you fail to plan to fail. When I start off every single game that I play, doesn't matter if it's ranked, battle royale, whatever it is, I take the first 2 strikes with my first 3 batters. A lot of pitchers come in and they don't throw a whole lot of strikes. You can kind of get a feel for where they like to attack the zone, and they also get the vibe that you're a patient hitter. The other thing about patience is you got 3 strikes to work with. A lot of people don't realize that. You don't have to swing at every single pitch. You have 3 strikes for a reason. If somebody's throwing you a dot right here, a dot right here, dot on all the corners, you still got 2 more strikes to work with. That pitch right there, if my hand was on my controller, would be the best pitch that you can swing at. And the way to get more pitches like that is by taking pitches. The more pitches that your opponent throws, the more likely they are to make a mistake. So work those counts and take more pitches. Be patient.
Alright. He's spitting facts. He's spitting. I don't necessarily take that much. Like, I wouldn't do 2 strikes first 3 hitters. But I do get into modes where I'm like, I'll just take a 1 pitch here. Or I'm not. What's good, Guinea? Yeah, I'm not. I'm never getting into 2 strike mode. That's a little bit too much for me.
Most dangerous hitter is a hitter who can work the count and take pitches just off the plate. The best way to start by practicing that, a lot of people don't have that skill. Truly, put your controller down for the first 2 strikes, and I promise you, your patience will get better. Tip number 2 is gonna be hunting the fastball.
I like being patient. Yeah, I understand that, but I think you can be too patient and then put yourself in a hole. Like, yeah, I am, because Vic don't help me. I need to help myself, bro. I don't have like a formula, bro. You wanna know what my formula is? Every single pitch, I'm ready to hit. That's my formula. And I hope you can just out-hit me. And if you out-hit me, you take more better swings than me, salute. But really, I'm not thinking pitch to pitch. You know, I kind of want to have like one of those memories where I just forget the last pitch. I don't even want to think about the pitch that just happened. People just be building like their own. I don't know. That's how I hit. Right? I will notice myself get a little bit too anxious, where I'm like swinging at, I guess, too many first pitches. But I mean, if you listen to JJ Daggers, JJ says that there's a first pitch glitch. So you should be swinging at the first pitch. He said take the first 2 strikes with the first 2 batters, not 1 through 9. No, I heard him say that. He's doing it in the first inning.
If a pitcher doesn't have a fastball, you want to be hunting and sitting on their fastest pitch. So right now we're facing DeGrom. His fastest pitch is his 4-seam, which is 101. The reason you sit on the fastball is because if you can catch up to the fastball, you can adjust to the off speed.
I mean, that's like, what? No. I mean, yes, but no. I mean, it feels like he's talking to like someone who's never played the game before, you know? So, I mean, I kind of get what he's saying. But what I will say is, I'm a fastball hunter. I'm hunting red. But it's not just fastball in MLB The Show. We hunt red, but it's sinker cutter, right? Because we see so much sinker cut. So I'm hunting red, but I'm also reacting too. Because how many forcing fastballs are you going to get in this game? Especially when you start playing, like, people are going to see that, oh, you're hitting fucking 465 with a player. You're not going to get no fucking forcing fastballs, dude. What are you talking about? So, like, we hunt sink cut, react to the off speed. I'm not a big sit off speed guy. There's only like 2 people in the game who will make me even think about doing that, and that's like John Don. John Don is like one of the only pitchers that I face where I will, not gonna lie, I'll sneaky sit on the split finger. I'm trying to think of another one. Maybe it's Randy with the sliders, but for the most part, I'm geeking.
So right here, I'm gonna be sitting on the fastest pitch, and my goal is just to be on time right here. I don't even want you focusing on the PCI when you start out. I just want you to focus on timing. See right there, bottom left, you don't make contact, you're not moving your PCI, but you can see the good timing. And I would just take reps of this over and over until you can get your swing timing down on most of these pitches. Then you start to involve the PCI once you get your timing down. And there you go. It's a lot easier once you have your timing down. Tip number 3 is probably my biggest one for me.
Yeah, all reaction, and everyone doesn't have the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, people have different reaction times. So, I mean, I'm sure there's some good. I mean, I'm sure the numbers aren't out there, but I'm sure there's some people who play this game who only sit on off speed and still win. You know, because I mean, if so many people spam off speed pitches that you're probably seeing the same amount. 50-50, you know, from hard pitches to slow off-speed pitches.
Personally, this one is a 2-part tip. Part number 1 is going to be thumb placement. So this is how you hold your controller. The 2 ways I've always done it is by taking my thumb and putting it very gently on the bottom of my controller. So that way you have really small and very, very easy movements. You're not in the middle and slamming your PCI around. You have a lot more control by just being soft and holding it this way. The one that I've been using for probably the past 3 months, and
I mean, I feel like that's just a subjective thing right there.
I'm really liking going into MLB 25 is the claw grip. For me personally,
Playful is a claw gripper.
I was struggling bad at one point, and we switched over to this. You go up, down, left, right, and I have a lot better control than just my thumb going crazy. I don't know what it is, but I really like it, and I recommend you give it a try. Part 2 is gonna be your equipment.
I mean, I don't mind him telling people to try it, you know? Whatever works for you, there's no right or wrong when it comes to shit like that. I don't do that. I mean, I'm a middle guy, I think. I play like this. Like, what's a good angle? I got one green ring. I got the blue. I got like a medium rise. I get the names of these things fucked up every single time. P rings, control freaks. Dude, the claw. So I remember one time Baco told me that he uses claw, but I think he said he uses claw for pitching. It's been a few years since we had that conversation, but I want to say Baco was a claw pitcher. Claw hitter? That sounds so awkward, bro. It feels like it would. I feel like I can't even get a comfortable grip on my controller. That feels funny. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna start. We should start hitting like this. No, I mean, come on.
If you're only gonna get one, every single top player in the game uses this, and it's cheap as possibly can be. I'm not gonna take it off my controller because it's a pain in the ass to get back on, but precision rings. You can see right here that they just go right around the controller, and what this does is help you make smaller movements. You ever slam your PCI and want to slam your dick in a car door? This will save you, buddy. Before you do anything, start with green, work your way up to purple when you need it, and then if you really do need it, work your way up to black. Green is the easiest one, purple is the medium one, and then black is the hard one.
I mean, if you gotta go all the way to black, you are. Maybe you just have heavy hands. I don't know, heavy wrist. I feel like even the purple is like way too stiff. Green, I'm never gonna go past green. Green is like, honestly, like, it took me a while to even give in to this shit, precision rings and shit. It took me a long time.
These are $10 and the best investment you can make to improve your hitting game and overall just game throughout gaming. You can find those linked in the description down below, and you can use code Playful to save yourself 12% on these. I've been using these guys for years, man. I've used a Control Freak the entire time I've been gaming, and we finally just partnered up with them this year, and I love them. The current Control Freak that I'm using, you can also find linked down in the description below. This is a purple Galaxy.
This guy's a Control Freak shill. All these damn video game YouTubers are shills.
For the PS5. You can get them on Xbox as well, whatever console you have. Or you can try a Control Freak that, you know, maybe I don't have on right now. This one is more personal preference.
All right, what's the next tip, brother?
Would say more than anything. Like going boom, boom, in my opinion. Fucking hard to do, man. Even in just there's a bunch of different ones, but try to pick it up before that pitch is released and in midair. Tip number 5.
Wait, what was that tip?
I saw it right as it came out of his pitcher's hand. Same thing here. It helps a lot with hunting the fastball. Helps me be on time. Just a little bit slow right here. And you get one down the middle, and that kind of helps me. I feel like a lot of people have a problem on pitches. Now, tip number 4 is going to be reading the pitch out of the pitcher's hand. And what I mean by this is a lot of the player base, I would say 90%, read the pitch while it's in midair. You're already catching up, trying to get your PCI there and get yourself on time. If you can see it right as it's coming out of the hand, you have an advantage that 90% of the player base probably doesn't. The way I do this is I look at the pitcher's hat, and then right there, transfers to his hand, and you can just get a better view of the pitch. You can track it all the way, rather than, it's almost like you're doing this. Watch this. Let me close my eyes, wait till he throws the ball, then you're trying to react. You know what I mean? You're catching it in midair. It's fucking hard to do, man, even for me. That's where I get the advantage of tip number 4, is looking at the pitcher's hat, his face, whatever. See it right out of the hand. I know that.
I mean, you don't really necessarily. I mean, like I said, do what you want to do. You could just look. You could just look at a spot on the where. You don't have to go from his hat to his arm. When I hit. Is my mic on still? When I hit, I'm looking in this area, but I'm almost not deadlocked on a spot. So, like, if you find the release point is right here, I don't deadlock at the spot. I'm kind of looking in this general direction, kind of, I don't even know how to say it. I'm kind of looking at it blankly, because I kind of know what the window is, and then, I'm just reading the ball kind of out of the hand, but like I said, I'm not deadlocked on this, super hyper focused on it, right? Been playing this game for so long, like, seen 1 billion pitches. I kind of am reading it how he says in the air. I guess that's how you would describe what I'm doing. Because I'm not for sure deadlocked on a certain spot. Maybe, so I think that I used to tempo, like, unintentionally, and I think sometimes your brain kind of goes into auto hitting. You're like, I don't know how to say it, autopilot for hitting. Not necessarily focused on every single pitch. Like I said, I'm not dead like I'm on Adderall. I'm fucking Cyclops on this zone right here. I'm kind of just freely looking, and I'm letting my instincts work, you know? I'm not trying to make sure I know what every pitch is out of the hand. I react. I'm a reactor.
All right, Omar. That's a curveball. I saw it right as it came out of his pitcher's hand. Same thing here. It helps a lot with hunting the fastball. Helps me be on time, helps me adjust to whatever off speed is coming. It just has a lot more time to move your PCI and take a good swing. So mess around what works for you. For me, I use the pitcher's cap. Other people use the pitcher's face. Whatever that may be, there's a bunch of different ones, but try to pick it up before that pitch is released and in midair. Tip number 5, and my final tip today, is where to start your PCI. This entire time, I've been starting it in the middle. And yeah, that works for me sometimes. Sometimes I love to anchor my PCI low, and here's why. You have bases loaded, 1 out, right? You got to think about this situation. Would you rather have a fly ball or a ground ball? Fly ball. 10 times out of 10. The other reason I like to do this is I honestly think for me, it leads to more home runs because you're getting under the ball, going up on it rather than slamming it down. And I think a lot more players online pitch low consistently rather than high. I like it because I'm able to get to the corners down here and really just elevate on certain pitches.
So I'll touch on that. I think so. Me personally, I stay in the middle, and I'm probably never gonna change that. Have I experimented with other anchors in the zone? I have. Before we even had anchoring, people would literally just hold their PCI down, right? What Playful is saying is kind of true, where you're kind of giving yourself an early advantage, like of getting underneath the ball, staying underneath it. Me, I don't like, how do I say? I feel like when I see my PCI, it's almost like I see like this invisible like force around my PCI. And if my PCI is in the middle of the strike zone, I feel like when I'm reading pitches coming to the zone, I feel like part of hitting right is knowing your PCI, and when you see the pitch, you could kind of get a feel for if I have to go too much to the left, my PCI is going to be a ball. The same way to the right, the same way down, the same way up. That's how I feel about when I'm hitting. Is that like, yeah, I see my PCI, it's that circle, but there's like an outer circle that's invisible that you feel. And so if I've been hitting in the middle my entire life, PCI in the middle, and then when I move that, it's almost like a center of mass. When I move that center of mass of an anchor, I can feel it in like, I can feel the outer part of the invisible part of my PCI. So when I see a pitch come low, it's going to be a ball. But in my brain is reading that as a good pitch to hit because it's in my PCI, outer PCI, invisible PCI energy. I don't know how to explain that. But like I said, like moving my anchor, it moves like my center of concentration. So I swing at more balls when I'm anchored. If I'm a right-handed hitter with a right-handed pitcher, right, and they're spamming sliders and cutters away, if I anchor away, I will tend to swing at more balls that are outside of the zone because my anchor started there, and the ball is like going to a spot where my brain really thinks that, oh, this is if I was in the middle, this would kind of be a good pitch to hit. If that makes sense.
I love it. But if you do start in the middle, if you're struggling with down low, I totally get it, man. I understand. And it honestly has its advantages. The thing about starting in the middle is you can get to every single place. Not hard at all. Like, that's not a great swing, but you're still able to get corner to corner with just simply sliding your PCI just a little bit. The one I've been working with for a couple months now is definitely starting my PCI low, and it's led to more home runs. I think it's led to just overall better hitting. But I don't have any problem with starting your PCI in the middle either. Give both of these a try, man. I would say for about a week each, and let me know what you think. So,
and I personally have seen, when it comes to anchoring, I've seen more top players anchor up. They anchor up in the zone. I feel like going down is easier than coming up. I personally feel like that. I personally feel like my accuracy from being in the middle, well, I want to say it's more accurate because I definitely feel like I'm accurate going to fastballs up in the zone. But when you get to legend, I haven't even really played go. I personally would probably anchor high on go, just because of how fast the pitches are. There is some top players that I know who anchor low, and they anchor low like below, like they anchor to the bottom, but then they want their PCI on the fucking dirt, and they're just more accurate on coming up from the bottom of the zone to catch everything. There's many ways to play this game.
The problem I have a lot with the same-handed pitcher to the same-handed batter is getting inside. For whatever reason, it's very hard for me to start in the middle and work my PCI inside and low. So I like to start it low, and then if I get something inside, you just go up and in a little bit, and you're able to get to it a lot easier for me personally. Well, that's not a good example. I mean, that's still a great swing. You're already sitting on the curveball. All you have to do is be on time. All right, we're gonna set the pitches to inside right here, and I'm gonna show you what I mean in terms of just getting up and in. Okay, so I'm able to get underneath it. I'm able to just slightly move it and elevate it. Now let me start my PCI in the middle here. I start my PCI in the middle. It's a little bit harder because I know this pitch is coming. Like, that's a great swing. But my entire point is it's just a lot easier for me with same-handed pitching.
Yeah, I for sure think that starting low on All-Star and shit, and Hoff, veteran, whatever you're playing, I think it's definitely more prevalent there than playing the high difficulty.
So my strategy and my recommendation to you guys, start your PCI in the middle if you like, but when it comes to same-handed, lefty-lefty matchup, righty-righty matchup, try to start your PCI low and see what it does for you. If you guys want to see 5 more tips.
Shout out to Playful. I mean, we gotta listen to the Zazie.
Boys, it's hitting tips time in MLB 25, and I've got so many more hitting tips that I can add on in last year's hitting tips. So make sure if you guys haven't checked those out, you should probably check those out as well, because some of the points in this I will also be referencing back to, transparency. Base running, not gonna get into that too much. And then links are also in my Twitch channel. Go to my Twitch channel, you type in !K. Maybe dabble with that too. I'm sure it'll be just as good. I like the game surfer while playing the game. So first off, I'm going to talk about natural movement. Natural movement is something that I've kind of crafted myself as a word. But natural movement refers to what you do with your PCI before the pitch comes in. So some people like to do circles. Some people like to just sit there like this. Some people like to move the PCI here before the pitch comes in. You do whatever is natural. Natural is key because natural builds timing. Timing is, of course, what we need to hit the ball. So whatever you do pre-pitch will generate timing. For me, personally, when I'm anchoring up like this, for me, the easiest...
And this is what I mean by top players anchor up. Zazie is one of the best players ever. And he anchors up, right? And do you think he has a problem hitting home runs? Do you think he has a problem getting underneath the ball? No. Right? The anchor up, I feel, is definitely more prevalent in the higher difficulty versus the lower difficulty.
Thing is, I'm up here, I kind of dance around with it, and then once the pitcher is about his arms separated, I pull down. And I pull down because then I can get under the ball. Again, I can slingshot my PCI back up. If I'm playing All-Star, for example, I typically sit around the middle. I go low a bit, but I do the same thing. I just kind of go down, and then bang, I'm into the slot. I'm into my hitting timing. And again,
you just said it right there. Whenever he's playing Battle Royale, event shit, he's down with the lowers. He's down with the low people. He's in the middle, even coming below the zone. When he's playing ranked, he's on top of the zone.
And that's that natural timing that we talk about. Influidity or something that's not very smooth for you is going to cause yourself a lot of pain. It's going to cause a lot of inconsistencies as a whole. So I would make sure you guys are focusing on just letting yourself play first off. Second off, make sure, listen, and it's going to sound so basic, but I need you to hear me. I'm staring straight into your soul right now. Do not.
Good, Taikai. I need the Taikai hitting tips video. We're reacting to MLB content.
Do not think about what your eyes are doing. Do not think about where your thumb is on the stick. These are two things you need to get away from if you want to be elite at this game. Every time that you pull your eyes and you go, okay, what am I thinking? You've now taken all the focus off of the pitch, off of your timing.
Yeah, what I want, that's all we really needed to see. Because it literally went with the Playful video. Playful was talking about anchoring at the bottom of the zone. Like I said, I know more players that anchor to the top of the zone. I know that play higher difficulty, and I feel like the lower anchor, that's like it's a battle royale events thing. I'm just chilling thing. When you're facing gas, I mean, more players are gonna put their They're going to defend the top of the zone, and then, like I said, they don't have a problem getting underneath the ball. They're still able to get underneath the ball without having to slam the PCI all the way to the bottom of the zone. Yeah, Taikai, your video is just going to be here's the Discord link, and then it's going to be a 5-second video. But yeah, what's good, Taikai?